Hey, Briar here. Forgive me, my hair looks a bit off. I just got out of the shower. And it's probably not a good idea to be wearing a cap right now, but it is what it is. Um, I wasn't really expecting to be releasing another video today. I was actually planning to record a video later tonight. But hopefully some of you may already know, and if you don't, hopefully the picture behind me tells the story. But basically, today, November 30th, 2022, we lost the great Christine McVie of Fleetwood Mac. So, Christine, to me, she was my favorite member of Fleetwood Mac. I know people will gravitate more towards Lindsey Buckingham, or Stevie Nicks, but to me, I was always a Christine person. This is going to be uncut, by the way, so I apologize if I stutter a bit, but yeah, there was just something about her that I always gravitated towards. She just had this great voice. It's a lot lower than most female vocalists, but there's something still very angelic, very melodic, a lot of emotion you hear in her voice that I've always loved. Of course, she wasn't originally part of the band. She was not on their first two albums, but I believe it was their third album. Kiln House, I believe that's how you say it, but of course at that point she was not a full-time member. She was there during the sessions. She provided some keyboards and backing vocals, and of course we all know that she would hook up with John McVie, and of course that's where she got the last name from. I did read that her original name was Christine Perfect, and Perfect was a perfect last name to sum her up, in my opinion. But yeah, it wasn't until the follow-up album to Kiln House, which was Future Games, where she became a full-time member. And to me, she just added so much. Like, she was basically the band's secret weapon during that period. Like, she would always write these like great pop type of songs, and just absolutely fantastic stuff. I don't own Kiln House or Future Games, but I do own the follow-up to Future Games, and that is this album, which is Bare Trees. Of course, this is with Bob Welch, on also a co-lead vocalist and songwriter. There's not many Christine songs on this album, but she sung on Homeward Bound. Of course, she also wrote the I think it was a minor hit, "Spare Me a Little of Your Love." I think that was a minor hit. I do want to also mention "Sentimental Lady," which of course that's a Bob Welch song, but Christine sings some great backing vocals on that track. So some great songs here. And then of course we have "Mystery to Me," which still has one of the most bizarre covers, but the music here is just absolutely spectacular. Of course, this is I already said it, "Mystery to Me," and yeah, she pretty much writes half the songs on this album. You have "Just Crazy Love," "Believe Me," "Keep On Going," and of course we have the last song, which is "Why." If you have not heard "Why," go listen to that one. Just a beautiful song. I absolutely adore that song. It's probably my favorite song on this album. But yeah, some great stuff here. But of course, we all know the second Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks came to the fold, that's when the band really exploded. And even at that point, Christine was still writing some really good gems on the albums. We have the self-titled 1975. You got "Warm Ways," "Over My Head," "Say You Love Me," which was a pretty big hit for them. And then, of course, when talking about Fleetwood Mac, of course, you can't ignore this album. Of course, you gotta mention "Rumors," and again, it's great songs. "Don't Stop," I think that's more of a Lindsey Buckingham song, but I know Christine sings a verse. "Songbird," another gorgeous song. Again, her lyrics, very poignant, very straight to the point. You know what she's singing about, and dang, like I mentioned before, always puts the emotion into it. Other songs here, you have "You Make Loving Fun," great, kind of a more upbeat song, which I enjoy, and "Oh Daddy," another pretty good song here. Then the last Fleetwood Mac album we have Tango in the Night. And of course the big hits on here were Everywhere and Little Lies, which I love as well, especially Everywhere. That's one of my favorite songs by Christine. And I don't own anything else by Fleetwood Mac, but I do own this album. I believe this came out in 2017. This is the collaboration album she did with Lindsey Buckingham. This is probably the closest we'll get to a Rumors lineup reunion on an album, because you do have Mick Fleetwood and John McVie playing on the album, but without Stevie Nicks. So this is like the closest reunion you're gonna get of that classic lineup. But there's still some pretty good songs on here. It basically alternates between Lindsey and Christine. So Christine has Feel About You, which I enjoy. That song is a pretty good one. Red Sun, Too Far Gone, Game of Pretend. Yeah, some solid stuff here. It goes to show that even in 2017, she still can write some pretty good hooks, I'd say. And she still sounds pretty good on the album. So yeah, when it comes to a possibility of a reunion of that classic lineup, well, that's now impossible, because to me, without Christine, it just feels something's missing. I know they did release one album without her, Say You Will. I've only heard a couple songs, and I'm not really that interested in that album, because while some of you can argue there's some great songs on that album, to me it's just gonna feel like I'm just waiting to hear Christine's voice, but I know I never will. But yeah, that's basically what I want to say about Christine. Sorry if it's a bit all over the place. This is very off the cuff. I'm just kind of going on, basically just, you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's all I want to do. Just pay tribute to my favorite member and probably my favorite voice in Fleetwood Mac, period. Yeah. So comment below some of your favorite songs that she sung on. I know she's released some solo albums. Let me know if those are worth checking out, because I'm sure they're good. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Christine McVie, born July 12th, 1943, passed away November 30th, 2022. So this is Briar from Briar City Showcase, and I'll finish out by just saying, let the music live on.